Hello everybody. So today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about 5 interesting murderers. I know you're probably thinking, Haylie, this is kind of twisted, kind of scary, why are we talking about this? Well, it's spooky month, so I thought, let's do something insane. And so here we are, talking about murderers. Now these aren't in any particular order, these are just some that I thought were interesting. I did research and I found them interesting. Wow, I sound really insane right now. But this is just a warning for those who don't like gory details, because we will be going into details on how they murdered people, and I just don't want you guys to be triggered. So yeah, this is just a warning. Click off this video right now if you are triggered with things like that. This is also a warning to my young audience. I know you love me, but I advise you to click off this video because I don't want to expose you to this kind of stuff. So let's get right into it. Our first murderer is Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader was an American serial killer who killed 10 people in Sedgwick County, Kansas between the years of 1974 and 1991. Rader sent taunting letters to the police under the name of BTK, which stood for Bind, Torture, Kill. He would stalk his victims before breaking into their homes, binding their limbs, and strangling them. He did disappear in 1988, then reappeared in 2005, where he sent a floppy disk to the press, which was his downfall. The police were able to track this floppy disk right to him, where he was arrested, and he did confess to the murders. He is now serving 10 consecutive life sentences with the earliest release date of February 26, 2180. That is a long time, and I don't get it. Next we have Richard Ramirez. Richard Ramirez was an American serial killer, rapist, burglar, and Satan worshiper. He terrorized Los Angeles between the years of 1984 and 1985. Ramirez would break into his victims' homes, raping, stabbing, shooting, and manipulating his victims, who ranged from a 9-year-old girl to a married couple in their late 60s. The media soon gave Ramirez the nickname the Night Stalker. Ramirez would draw a pentagram on the walls of the crime scene. He was caught in 1985, where he was sentenced to death, but he died of cancer in his jail cell. Next we have is Dennis Nielsen, also known as the Kindly Killer. Dennis Nielsen was a homosexual killer who killed 15 gay men in London between the years of 1978 and 1983. He would lure his victims to 2 different addresses where he would strangle and sometimes drown these men. He would then dissect their remains and dispose of the bodies by burning or flushing them down the toilet. This led to his capture because the police found body remains in his sewage. He was convicted in 1983 with 6 counts of murder and 2 attempts of murder. He was then sentenced to life imprisonment. Our fourth murderer is John Wayne Gacy, also known as the Killer Clown. He was an American serial killer and rapist. He murdered and sexually assaulted at least 33 young boys and men between the years of 1972 and 1978 in Cook County, Illinois. He lured his victims into his home, where he then strangled them. He buried at least 26 underneath his house and disposed the rest of them in a nearby river. After being caught, Gacy was sentenced to death. On May 10, 1994, he was executed by lethal injection. And last but not least, we have H.H. Holmes. He was one of the first documented serial killers in America. Holmes opened a hotel that he designed and built for himself, specifically with murder in mind. After the completion of the hotel, Holmes selected female victims as well as lovers and hotel guests. The victims' bodies were put into chutes and elevators that led to the basement. This is where he would burn most of the bodies, but he also buried them in lime pits. While he confessed to 27 murders, his actual body count could be over 200. He was then hanged in 1896. So those were the murderers that I found most interesting, like the way they killed them, the way they hid the bodies, just their mindset. It's just creepy. I don't get how people can murder people. I just don't get that. I just don't get it. Why can't we just love everybody? But thank you guys for watching this creepy and scary video. I actually it wasn't fun because it was kind of creepy, but it was neat to see, just learn about murders. That sounds really bad. But you guys, some of you know, it's kind of I just need to stop talking. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you smack that like button. Let's thumbs it. Ooh, that sounds real bad. And make sure you subscribe. It would mean so much to me. I think we have 63? I don't know. When I hit 100, we're gonna do something big. So let's get to 100, alright? So share this video. Tell your friends to subscribe to me. And when we hit 100, I'll do something crazy. I promise. Oh gosh, I just made a promise. That means I have to keep it. Oh gosh, okay. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such